Alright, good evening everyone. This time without any technical difficulties, hopefully. Yes, it seems to be working. It seems to be all fine. Great. Welcome everyone. Nice to have you all here on the stream. Yeah, today we are getting into the top 4 stage. This is what we're here for today. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. Let me just get me hyped up a little bit more still, because this is the one day before the last day of the final year of the main tournament for the $30k prize pool on the Blitz Resistance Cup. It's not called like that. It's Blitz Masters Resistance Tournament. Pretty long name actually. And we are just going to see the first game very soon, in just about 5 minutes. So very soon there will be the first room invite for me then as well. So we're still having a moment. It's good to see you all here. Let me just quickly also check the stream stuff again, whether everything's working. Seems to be the case. A lot of people already on the chat, a lot of familiar names as well. Good evening, good evening. It's really nice to have you here. So, what are we here for today? Let me just show you that real quick. I will do so on the website. We're going to see Serenity versus QQ first, I hope. I mean, that's what I signed up for. I guess that will be it. Let me just double check. Yeah, nothing was changed there. Yeah. So, we are going to see, okay, can already join the room. QQ versus Serenity, and I will still quickly show you what is actually going on here, why this is important, all that kind of stuff. Wait. So, here we go. This is it. This is what we are in right now. We are only having one group left. And in that group there are 4 teams, which are just the top 4 teams of the tournament of the EU server here, with Blitz leading, or not leading, they're actually just random here, kind of. Blitz is in the first group, or the first arm there, together with 1984. They are going to play against another, which is going to be streamed by Pyroblast in Russian or Ukrainian. And also, I think Manu will be streaming that as well. Not entirely sure, to be honest, but those 2 teams both are Russian speaking as far as I know, so they are Eastern European teams, yet they do have people all around Europe, of course, so they are not Russians, they are just speaking that language, mostly Ukrainian and whatnot. QQ then here is going to play against Serenity, and this game I'm going to follow. We're also still going to see, I think, the upper bracket and lower bracket semifinals today, those 2 matches here. And tomorrow then there will be the lower bracket finals and the grand finals, because the winner of each game here is going to head into the upper bracket, while the losing teams are going to get down to the lower bracket. One team will drop out there. The winning team will play against the losing team of the upper bracket, and those 2 will then meet in the grand finals. So that means everyone still has 2 lives. Everyone can afford to lose once, but only once. And that's alright then. And I think, let me just quickly say one or the other thing about QQ and Serenity still. QQ is being led by Raken, or not Raken, it's actually Days, and he has not been calling before. He was on APA for 4 seasons in a row. Actually not, he was also on Serenity. He was playing on APA for 4 seasons and won 4 seasons there, or 3. While Serenity is being led by Da Silva, who also is a former APA player, has also played together with Days there and won multiple seasons. So that's kind of a face-off of the former teammates here. So both of them, former IBA players, now calling for the new teams here that they are having. Although Serenity has been existing for a while already, they have played some seasons together already. They have also won a season together. So Da Silva is not new to the calling matter. And also Da Silva, Serenity, just to mention it, he is speaking French entirely. They are having they're just all from France, except from one Belgian who's not even playing, and also Da Silva is from Switzerland. And then we've got QQ being very international, lots of different nationalities on that team. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And actually, I just noticed I messed up with something. Yep, I don't have my... And this is kind of awkward now because I don't have the team name of QQ ready. Maybe I can still quickly get something else in place there. Let me quickly check that. Yeah, let's do it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's starting. And that's the wrong font. No. No. This one? No, it's not the right one. Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it. Oh, never mind. Never mind, that we'll have to do it now. You will see what my issue is right there. Oh man, I prepared most of them, but not all of them. I forgot, like, I was just preparing for yesterday. Oh, never mind, it will be fine. All good. Let's head up here. We're seeing Mayan ruins on the first game. And Dace is getting to the corner aggressively here with his bad shit. QQ playing a lot of WZ or some WZTDs right behind, same as Serenity does. Da Silva already taking a hit here, big one, by Nikki, who was just there with a VK72. Very similar strategies here. Playmaker on the IS-4 instead of an IS-7, having used the speed boost to get onto the bridge right at the start already. Double VK72s, actually triple here for QQ. Covering that heavy there, but there is Palfa already getting aggressive here. Pushing on to Playmaker, but potentially just being in big trouble as he has Dace right behind it. There come double TDs here, pitting in some big shots. And Dace picks up the kill. That's the gun advantage. And to QQ already. Serenity now trying to get back from the disadvantage. Failed to put in some big shots here into Pashte on this side. But there is Dice now in trouble, being stuck here behind this little rock. Had some nice crossfire, but at the same time, he is absolutely trapped. There will go down, that's for sure. There he goes. So puts in a last shot into Ronquetet. While also over there, Da Silva got killed to push down, trying to get behind the WZTDs. At the same time, Serenity is also trying to pressure the middle a little bit, not being too successful at that though. They kind of won the C side. But at the same time, they're not having any massive advantage here to push forwards. So they are also having to stay in position for now. There goes Spitfires as well, increasing the gun advantage to Q. Although the hit points are neck and neck at this point. It's pretty much the same amount of hit points, but the gun advantage might be crucial here. Pashtik going for the kill shot of Ronquetet here. As Permanente is coming in from behind. Pashtik not going to survive this, most likely. There is Permonta getting a kill shot in. Criminal turning around, also not having many hit points left, but it are only 2 tanks surviving on side of Serenity. They're still having hit points, but Permonta also not getting a shot into Criminal. Look at the hit points on side of 2QQ. Everyone's a one shot basically, including Criminal here, who is on 530 hit points. Everyone being a one shot, but 5 tanks still alive. Well done here. Somehow they still managed to win this game. Alpha here just getting a bit too aggressive, not having enough information, thinking he would have a nice opportunity of just pushing onto the IS-4. But in fact, that was not an option. QQ being ready to punish that. Lots of a very similar strategy here for both teams. I've got to point that one out. Both teams just basically did the same thing. So QQ winning the first game. We're staying on Mayan ruins. Both teams again applying a lot of VK72s. Also some Visa TDs, tanks that both teams have shown to really love in the current meta. Maybe not as many as last game this time. No. Both teams seemingly going for 3 of those. No, just 2 for the team of QQ. A triple VK72 for now, at least. No, double VK72. Some IS-7, IS-4 as well, and the Batshit, which Daze is always playing. On side of Serenity then, we are having very similar stuff, apart from no light tank, a double AFE215B heavies, which are offering some extra hit points and some extra DPM mobility. AFE215B is definitely some strong pushing tanks, especially for the pro players, yet at the same time they are not the most reliable. Let's set up and see what's going on. I would expect both teams to head towards C again. No, it is actually Serenity playing for the A side this time. And they are going there with almost everyone. Some tanks will play for the middle here in order to defend base B. But it currently doesn't look like anyone was attempting to even take base B here on side of Serenity either. So they're potentially having a cap disadvantage early on. Daze though doing the same thing as last time. Actually the same strategy, more or less. Quick cap here with Ventium in the base right now. Only Palfa on the A cap, so cap advantage for QQ. Yet Serenity is on the high ground here, in the city where they will have an easier time of pushing into the B base. And also, of course, they can rotate over to the spawn and all the way over to the base C. But as of now, they're not doing much. Pushing by C is always a very tricky thing to do, because this bridge here where Daze currently is standing allows for some good spotting opportunities. You would see very early on if anyone was in that area, or even would get the spots in over there still. While at the same time, no, we're actually not having anyone in the middle, but the middle is being overlooked here as well, just not in this area. So any rotation over there will remain unspotted, and the Batshit will likely not be able to spot tanks going all the way around there. But QQ is already ready to go for a push onto base A. So in case Serenity was committing to base C, they would be facing some tanks, but the Batshit could easily run away. and go for the C push, for the A push, depending on the amount of tanks going for base C there. QQ lining up here, sitting in the bush with Playmaker overlooking the middle lane, waiting for any move of the Serenity team. And Serenity at this point is still seemingly kind of not clueless necessarily, but they are just being very, very passive. And now there is potentially a move, or they are just waiting for anyone to come to the back. Here the silver is actually moving. The silver trying to get over towards base C. Serenity is actually committing to the C push. Having double F215Bs who still have the speed boost. Oh, the silver might get spotted there by Daze. Nope, he does not. Sneaky move here. As he does get closer. Now he is spotted. Taking a shot by the I7 already. The others all remaining unspotted for now. So what is QQ doing? QQ not moving much at this point. Oh, big shots here into Nikolite. Nikolite getting punished as he was attempting to just peek out a little bit further. But maybe he gets spotted by Daze from the side there. And now comes the push by QQ. They're having the information over the guys pushing onto base C, so they are going in here on base A. Playmaker going all the way to the side of Spitfires, trying to get behind like this. It will be very easy for Korra to get in the side shots with the big gun of the VK-72. Playmaker in focus fire. At the same time, the silver also got killed already here, right in the middle. Pashta still capturing base B. Base B has been taken, but base C has also been taken back by the team of Serenity, as the push is continuing here on to Nikolite, who's also about to go down on the very next shot. It is actually Playmaker there taking him out, and it is not a game for the bases here for QQ anymore. They're just continuing their push, going for the kills. They already have 3 kills on their back, and they are going to pick up the last one here, allowing them to comfortably win the game on the base points. Great job by QQ here. This map always is very tricky to play for a counter push onto base C. Mostly it is just, it's fairly chances. It's not absolutely hopeless, of course. Otherwise these teams would not be doing this kind of stuff, as they do have a lot of practical experience in trainings. But at the same time, really, it is just, as mentioned already, it is a move that can quickly get spotted, while the team being on C usually just rotates out from base C towards base A quite quickly. Well, it takes a lot of time to get to base C safely as you're moving down through the water, going all the way around, while if you're on the high ground, you just go forwards, move out there real quick into the middle and are done there. So Mayan Ruins was clearly in favor of the QQ team. Maybe not the favorite strategy or not the favorite map of Serenity. This time we're going to see Desert Sands. Always a pleasure to see that map in tournament due to the nature of it being very brawly. Lots of aggressive games are being seen on this game, on this map here, since it is mostly about the desert area, as it is very, very tricky to get the caps in the city. You can take base C potentially, yes, but taking base B is almost impossible against a good team. So it is mostly about either just getting towards base A onto the medium side aggressively with everyone, or potentially even pushing through base B, trying to catch the campus and going for a super aggressive game through the city. Any strategy playing for the city passively is not working out in my experience. So QQ fielding one STB apart from the budget, also some FE215Bs. The WZTDs once more. Serenity going all for the city here. They're not even pushing through B. Okay, what are they going to do with that? Quick A cap potentially. Some spots are in. No one going through by C. But Architect has been spotted. It's a push into the city here. Cora still trying to get into the corner. Maybe a little bit too light for that. Still taking a big hit here. Quadruple tapped. Losing 1.8k hit points. That was too light. The corner is super strong. But at the same time, you need to be there quickly enough so that you can hold. But maybe it's still enough to have Cora here. Although he is down to 500 hit points already. Nope, he is being taken out by Weber with a great shot into the turret. Cora just being too light here. The push of Serenity not getting spotted early enough, since they were not moving through B, which is just a more standard way of pushing the city. Instead, they were staying very close to the red line. But there's also a push by the STB and Batchet onto Nikolite on the FE215B, who does not have any way out. He does still have some backup. But there he goes, and Playmaker got ammo wrecked on the other side. He was almost full life, if not full life, losing his entire hit points in just a second there. Meaning that Ventium is suddenly all alone against 3 tanks here. Getting shot down heavily. Palfador also down in hit points now. Maybe there's still some nice crossfire coming in from the other side. But QQ continuing their push into the city, but Nikki is also in trouble. Being stuck there. Potentially driving against the wall. 3 versus 4, and QQ losing a lot of hit points here, with Daze the most important tank on the field getting shot down to a potential one-shot. QQ not even has half the hit points left of the Serenity team. That's not going to be manageable here for them to come back from this kind of disadvantage. Daze just still taking a big hit, but dodging the bullet of Permantha there, it seems. Is down to a one-shot, will have some crossfire, as Criminal is getting pushed on 2 days on 5 hit points only. Criminal might have a last shot here, does have a good shot into Roncotet still. Roncotet also bouncing, but at the same time, also the other one over here just got killed. I think it was Pashta on the STB. Which only leaves Daze left alive with only 5 hit points, and there he goes, getting taken out by Permantha. QQ just not being able to see the enemy's strategy soon enough. Simply because the strategy that Serenity played is mostly being played in a slightly different way. Because the push is usually coming straight through B, through the middle, to get those tanks which are behind the bridge. As it is fairly common that there are tanks waiting behind the bridge in the city, and then attempting to push into the middle area through the bridge, beneath the bridge, into the desert. That's the main strategy for many teams. Most often, or mostly, the push is then coming through B to kill those 2 tanks which are right there. Serenity just staying closer to the red line here. And also I kind of felt like QQ was wasting a little bit of time. They could have maybe taken base A for a safer game a little bit sooner. Cora could have also gone towards the corner sooner, or not at all. This seemed to be a very light decision, and that was just conflicting with the idea that Serenity had. But fair enough, Serenity won one game with a surprise push. So we are going to see another game on Desert Sands, best of 7 by the way. So QQ would still potentially need 2 more wins, Serenity still needing 3. Can afford for 1 more defeat here. Serenity a little bit more under pressure now, although it's definitely not hopeless for them. 10 more seconds left to go. QQ with a very similar lineup, just swapping out one of the FV215Bs for another BZ heavy tank. while Serenity is also having a very similar lineup again. If not the same as last time, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
Time to roll out.
And Serenity playing for the desert with everyone, same as the team of QQ. Double STB versus Batchet and STB over here. The Batchet still going for a spotting move, spotting up the silver over there. No crossfire flying through the map or for the silver there. Early shots here onto the turrets of the STBs, but they are fairly well armored. They are just not taking any shots here, not even HE damage. Yes, the rest of Serenity is arriving. Nikolite already on the other side, or still on the other side, might be out of the fight for too long here. Not a lot of information for Serenity yet. They have failed to get the spots in. Now it will be up to Nikolite to quickly come. He's using the speed boost, trying to move in as soon as possible. But QQ is not sure that they are having this kind of advantage yet. They have no information about Nikolite being on the other side. They would potentially have an opportunity for a push here. Losing a lot of hit points though. Not really pushing forward, but getting more aggressive already with the WZTDs here moving in. Having Spitfires in focus fire, who is low on hit points already, but also QQ lost tons and tons of hit points. How is it going to work out for QQ? They are 3k hit points behind. Are they still going to be able to get some kills in here? First kill for QQ, gun advantage, but also Korra totally in the open. Might go down, gets set on fire, gets tracked as well, gets taken out here. Guns being even, Days behind, still farming, not really in the fight. This might be a bit of a disadvantage, although he does have some nice crossfire. Nikolite also pushing in just as the silver, also getting tracked and set on fire for a moment. But there goes Korra as well, Oventium it is, while Playmaker also gets killed. And there goes Nikki as well. Double gun, triple gun advantage for the team of Serenity. Having 7,800 hit points against 1.5k, they has to be still trying to run away here, managing to do so. But Days is also on the last shot, will not have much of a chance. He is still putting out a shot, losing a ton of hit points as he's trying to run away, but not going to survive. The STB before being able to reload his clip, and the STB is now reloaded, takes out the Batchet. Pashte still running away a little bit, trying to put out some last shots still, or maybe just going to kill himself with an HE here. No, it kind of looked like it. Last shot for him. And Serenity just coming back nicely here from a 2-0 disadvantage back into the game, equalizing the points. So we are again on even level here, with both teams being back into the game. A restart of the points basically. 2-2. And we're switching maps again, this time Black Goldville. A map that is also often very interesting with the strategies and relocations and rotations around the map here. I like to see it in tournaments. Let's see what a lot of teams are going to offer here. QQ switching to some more VK72s, playing a little bit heavier this time. Serenity also having something very similar in mind. Very, very similar indeed. Double Batchets for both teams. One VK72 only for QQ, double VK72 for Serenity. Apart from that, many VZs for QQ, one IS4 as well. While Serenity does play only double VZ. And an FE215B, who does have some extra mobility. 20 seconds left to go. Yeah, both teams having such similar lineups and very very universal lineups here. Versatile lineups. They might go anywhere. A playmaker with the IS-4 having a tank that would maybe... I mean, it's only being used for the speed boost and for having the turret in the front, so that kind of looks like a tank that it will be going for the C-cap. Or maybe straight into base A. Let's see, I think it's a bit more likely that Playmaker is just speed boosting into base C. And the blind shots. What does he do with the speed boost? He's actually just going for the middle here. Into some B defense position. There he goes. Getting spotted by Pimenta. Aggressive move. Spotting up the silver as well. So Playmaker is securing base B from the side here. Having isolated himself though. But he is being covered by his teammates from literally every angle possible. But still, he is a potential weak spot that Serenity could make use of by pushing into him or just pushing forwards over there to get the crossfire in. They would not necessarily be in trouble. Nikolai, therefore, B defense still. Playmaker trying to get into base B now. Yes, he does maybe get the base. At the same time, Pashte is in base C, but he doesn't know what is right behind there. This might be a big problem for him. Oh, Spitfire is being spotted just on time for Pashte to run away, but he is still trapped here behind the house. Might not be able to run away safely. Vabon and Spitfire is both aiming for him. Pashte will have to take one shot, takes another one from the other side there. It is Ronquetet with the FE215B cross-firing. Pashte still putting out one shot in return, but he is trapped for now. The double batshits just cutting off the way. Nikki is moving back in here towards base C, taking a hit for that. But it might be possible for QQ to win this, flying as they are having more tanks available over here. Also the double batshits cannot really help out too much. The VZ is also trapped here in the front. Vabon also took a lot of shots from the side. Playmaker having some nice crossfire onto him here. At the same time, Korra is in focus by Da Silva, who also pushed all the way behind. Serenity getting pushed back to spawn. They are not having much room to circle around here. Just pushing back onto Playmaker and Korra in the middle now. Spitfires and Vabon got killed on this flank. Base C has been secured. QQ with a nice counter push onto the C flank, having a gun advantage right now. Palfa also being down to a one shot. Playmaker not connecting the kill shot. Da Silva also bouncing the side of Playmaker. Nikolai getting taken out. And there goes Palfa as well. So it is not looking good for Serenity. Only having 3 tanks left here. Playmaker will not survive long, but he does still have some last shot into Ronquetet. And there comes Ventium as well. The reactive armor saving Ronquetet. Still, there comes a nice jump off the batshit, taking out the FE215B. Da Silva now the only one with hit points left. Trying to take out Playmaker. Still something he failed to do so earlier. But gets taken out for that as well. So where's the last one? Pimenta still running away. Back here. Facing off Pashte. And it is Pashte taking out Pimenta, as Pimenta was going for a desperate push around the corner. 3-2 for QQ. Nice counter push there by the QQ team. Despite losing hit points with the batshit early on, this was not working out too well for them. But still they kind of knew they had a slight advantage. It was really not a big advantage that they could take for going towards base C. And it was a bit of a gamble because they were facing 2 VZTDs, double batshit, who were spotting the crossing. So potentially by crossing over towards base C, QQ might have lost a ton of hit points and might have lost the 4v3. Oh, actually there were 5 versus 4 if I remember correctly. with that fight 3 VZTDs and double batchet against double VZTDs and double batchet. But the minority of tanks on Serenity side, they had some backup. Verbone just failing to put the shots in, same as Spitfires. Not a lot of damage for either of them. So we're seeing QQ taking the advantage again. Now being ahead 1 point, and it's a match point for QQ. If they're winning only one more battle, they will be in the next stage. Black Goldville again. Oh, Cora is playing a 60 TP, his favorite tank, by the way. A rare side in the current meta. But they will have plans with that. Maybe it's just an alternative to the Vega 72 that he doesn't have, who knows. On side of Serenity, we are seeing a mouse this time. Also a tank that is not being played all too often on Black Goldville. Alright, let's see what's going to happen here. QQ starting with a solid 1k hit point lead into the game. Mostly because they're only playing one batchet, contrary to the double batchets on side of Serenity. Days going to spot up this area once more. But the double batchet's already being on a quick A cap there. Being quite confident in going for it. And Days has to be a lot more careful. If he does any mistake, goes somewhere where he should not be, then the double batchets could YOLO him and kill him with their clips. Only now QQ is taking the bases here, and Serenity is relocating with the double batchets over towards base C. Hoping to potentially get there unspotted and unharmed in order to kill Days. It might be the case, or they are just repositioning themselves to spot the B area and potentially have some shots into that. Oh, some blind shots flying in here. Since Pashti got spotted, Playmaker taking some hit. On the other side, as Serenity is in comfortable positions in the corner, Playmaker might be in trouble. He does have some VZs behind him. Yes, he is aware of the danger that he is putting himself into. It's a recap now by Nikki and Pashte. The batchets do not have enough armor to reliably decap here. Nikolite also just not having any shots or just not daring to peek out here. They rather keep the hit points in order to re-push later on. And I would say that Serenity is actually in pretty good positions to re-push maybe by C and also into the back here onto Playmaker. Although Playmaker does have cover by 2 VZs. Nikki's also not far away. I guess Serenity is going to make a move forward base C and B. They're already moving here with the VZTDs getting back to the spawn. Preparing their push onto the C cap. At the same time, I believe Spitfires will be pushing onto Playmaker. But QQ is also rotating over towards base C already. They know what's coming. They are expecting this kind of push. Reading the minds of the enemies here. No stream sniping, I can assure you. We're having a delay. QQ does have most times unspotted. Playmaker now spotting Spitfires getting aggressive. It might actually be a play for Pashti, who is in the middle here. The Silver moving into the B cap. This could be a very smart move here, with Spitfires getting behind Pashti, having nice crossfire into the back there. There comes the mouse now. Pashti losing a lot of hit points. You're down to 700 hit points. Down to 300 hit points. Will get taken out by Spitfires. There we go. And also Playmaker now in trouble. The Wizards actually rotated back here to get Playmaker suddenly and are pushing onto him. Playmaker one shot will be taken out fairly soon. QQ at the same time trying to repush the C area. They are finding the batshits there, who are not really able to run away anymore. They're still saving their shots. They want to get Daze on the batshit. Daze at the same time trying to run away here, but having the FE215B to the front gets taken out by Rongotet from the side. Gun advantage to Serenity. And also the hit points. No, the cap points are actually looking good for the team of QQ. 995, 1000 points here for Serenity in the last moment, as they still managed to take by C. And Serenity was not able to stop that one. Just in the last moment, QQ still winning. Great counter push by Serenity though. I've got to leave it to them. It was really interesting to see them pushing multiple different flanks, pushing the batshits into by C, pushing the other tanks towards base B and actually behind the enemies and then into base B still. It was very interesting, definitely. Alright, so that's the first match here. The next one's going to start in a bit. Let me check that, by the way. This might take a moment or two. So I want to see when the next one's starting. It might be that we're already having some results here on the other side as well. No, they are still playing. So Serenity doesn't know who's going to face them yet. Last chance stage also played a couple of games today already. Actually, a lot of them. 4 games were being played here. I didn't know if it was actually still streamed. Aqua won against Raid. They are playing for the 5th place. And the 5th place also gets $2K, so definitely also worth it. API already won against Aqua. Aqua still playing against Trick now. Raid did not manage to get too far ahead here. So that's actually the lower part of the top 8 then. So Raid is basically 8th. And then this game here will decide over the 7th. Yeah. And then here is going to be about 6th and 5th place. So APA versus Crick or Aqua then. Let me quickly check again when the next match is starting. It's okay, we're still having half an hour actually. But this will be a long stream. Upper bracket final today as well. That will be in 2 hours. Or almost 2 hours. Okay. Okay, I've got to save my voice then. I'll just play a couple of games for you. And that's what I'm going to do now. So I will switch over to the iPad and yeah, enjoy the new matchmaking. Yay! Oh man. Yesterday, suddenly, as I was streaming, it was suddenly 5 for 20 games. I was having old matchmaking again. And it was working out pretty nicely. But today, if I'm dealing 3.5, 3.6 or 3.7k average damage, then I don't want to win only 50%. Okay. So I just got my iPad out. And can now go for some battle still. Yeah, right now it still looks good because yesterday I won a lot on stream. That was a really good win rate session, but today feels like the matchmaking was turned off and on. I don't know, maybe there was some adjustment to it, some maintenance work, who knows. I can really not judge it because it's just not representative what my feeling is about the matchmaking of just a couple of games. But at the same time, if I would have to guess, then I would say that yesterday evening the new matchmaking, skill-based matchmaking was completely turned off. It was totally random again. I was not seeing any good players on my team nor the enemy teams. And then today again, teams were like rating teams. Really strong teams and mostly enemies having stronger teams. To those who don't know, with the new skill-based matchmaking, it's about team average, win rate, damage, bots and kills, I believe. So if you are a good player, for the majority of players it will be fine. The average players will be having a good time because games are getting more interesting and you're not getting steamrolled that easily. But if you are on a higher level, on 70% level, well, what's going to happen then is that the matchmaking balances you out by giving you lots of bad teammates and the enemies many good players. Mostly not just one 70% player, that would be fine, but rather like 3 to 4 55% players. There's a big difference between a 50% player and 55% player in terms of repositioning and stuff like that. Just excited coming from me again. But it looks like enemies going for the encounter cap here on this map. They're probably also not the best players here. That's something that usually does not work at all. I mean, never go for encounter bases. Unless enemies are not moving and it makes the enemies move out. Because otherwise it just means you are out of the fight while your teammates are in trouble, like in this situation. We're just shooting the enemies here while a guy in the cap is completely useless. And at some point everyone will be dead apart from the guy in the cap. And then, yeah, obviously he's getting decapped. Won't have any chance of winning on points. That's for sure. That guy's still alive there. Oh, it's Nuffy. Oh my gosh, I'm lucky. I could have been dead here. Gotcha. Nope. This is not really skill-based matchmaking in any way. Where's the other one? They have one more E4. AFK maybe? I hope he's not going to drown himself. People like to do so on this map. Or maybe he's circling the entire map. No, he's AFK. Perfect for me. My teammates ran for the base. Beautiful. Okay, I'll give him some free damage. But my teammates are going to come and get him. Okay, still getting the whole one. Yeah, there was definitely no skill-based matchmaking. I don't think I had any good players against me here. Maybe it's just because I'm streaming. Because in the afternoon it was definitely, again, kind of balanced, but it might have just been an unlucky session. I mean, sometimes you do get a lot of damage and just no win rate. It happens, surely it happens to everyone. It might not be a reliable indicator, but yesterday I was pretty sure it was turned off, and today I was not sure. Maybe there were adjustments to the skill-based matchmaking where maybe it was turned off. That's what I felt like. Others were also saying that it was turned off. So here we are. Thanks 34. Also Foxy for helping out there. Good evening everyone, it's just here right now watching the stream actually, and not just being here for the rewards. Even if you're here for the rewards, I hope that you're also still enjoying the stream a little bit and just having a good time here. If so, then I would be very happy to see you back on YouTube on my standard streams where I'm just gaming like this, doing whatever, like tank request streams, doing specific tank sessions mostly, platoon sessions, rating sessions, whatever, everything. Everything you can imagine. Whoa. So yeah, just in case, if you're enjoying this, leave a like, subscribe to the channel maybe, also join a Discord server. Nah, come on. I peeked out a little bit too soon. Looks like we can probably go for this guy and the T-57 here. He's coming back. Somebody understand this. But I cannot really do too much right now. I cannot be pushing or so. I would have expected T-57 to be there. Okay. Can I be going for the E3? Nice. Tiny little weak spot. Not easy to hit. By the way, you can actually shoot it with hash even. No. And it was very satisfying to hit these weak spots there. Come on. Come on, E4. We're losing a lot of time here. That's a problem. Although, okay, Gorilla is not here anymore. No, where is he? There he is. Ah man, I could have just farmed a VK, but I didn't want to have the VK, the Driller to the side. Potentially get shot by him then. But looking good. Up. Try the track shot, sadly failed. Oh, we're winning on points. Ah, okay. Still a good game. Maybe because I lost so much in the first day and I'll get the beginner matchmaking. As far as I know, I'm not entirely sure, I was only hearing about it, but as far as I know, it is only concerning, it's only judging by the all-time stats, not recent matchmaking. It would make more sense, in my opinion, if it was based on 100 battle count or something like that, 30 dash stats. But supposedly, it's about all-time stats. Yeah. Oopsie. Okay, let's go for it. It's a great move, but at the same time, I'm not having too many teammates here. Can you please make some room? Hello, thank you. Oh, fucking hell. For sure. For sure. What now? Where do I have any options? Oh, almost missed a shot. I think we still have to fight for this side. Kranwagen might hold up the enemies for a while. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I do not want to take any hits from that freaking yak there. So let's just do some circling around here and see if I can shoot the side of the yak. Yep. I thought he would be pushing up actually. Oh no. Nah, I had a chance of putting in a shot there. Nice. I can track him like this, please. Yes, even better. We're still not having any advantage. RV's in trouble. How about killing... Whoop. This guy finally. At the TVP would be very important. Thank you. Come on. What? Oh, he did not even lose any hit points. How about this guy just kills him? least something. Oh, okay, both there. I was afraid of the 183. Good example why high ground is so important. I can just spot him everywhere he goes. Nah. Please go. I still have base A actually. But at the same time, enemies might take base A or they might push us, and the 268 is absolutely not helpful right now. Oh, danger. Oh, it would be nice if I was able to kill that E100. Ah, nice. Very, very important. No. Oh no, oh no, turn. Oh man! Hello 268, why don't you freaking move? Just kill anyone and he will win on points. Oh my gosh, he's so damn lucky. He's so damn lucky. Please don't get killed now. He will get killed. 10 seconds. What? He doesn't have a full clip. 7 seconds. Get back. Or wait for FE. 1 second. Oh my gosh, we're still winning this. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh. Okay. Close as hell. Teammates were trying their best to make me lose. This guy blocking me. This guy just standing around there. But it was also not skill-based matchmaking. That I can tell you. Enemies were not better at all. They were also pretty bad here. I mean, just average players mostly. Not going to say they were bad, but just average. He was actually also just an average player, just as him, but... Oh, yeah. They were harming my game so much. Almost lost because of them. 21... Okay, I get a downvote in return. I think I can still go for a quick battle. But shit. Still 8 minutes until the next game starting. Ah, Mayan ruins. We've just seen it on a tournament. Let's go. My preferred first spot is here usually taking the bridge. And just collecting some information here, like that one. Also, I can spot this area in case anyone's coming there. And that was a pretty beautiful start. 3 shots in already, no damage taken in return. Although the rolls were pretty low. 1k, not even 1k in total. Oh. I don't think he's going to spot me. Ah, fated track shot. But still get that one in. Lucky one. Nice campus. Yes, skill-based matchmaking's turned off again, it seems. Okay, fuel tank in the front, it's interesting. Oh, I have to be careful with that side there, with the RV. I'm kind of trapped here, but maybe I can just take out this guy, especially if he's getting tracked. It's going to help a lot. Nice bounce. And RV is also dead. BK is still alive. And the T92E1, which I have not seen at all. I'm actually surprised that he has not been on the medium side. Ah, there we go. Oh no! Kill him. Thank you. Was important that he got the kill before the type shot me, just so I can go in for a YOLO move into the E1 and put out a whole clip. Nice. These people are so bad. Yeah. They cannot even remember how the matchmaking has been right before the before the skill-based matchmaking. Also, these were exceptionally bad. And really, it was the same when I was streaming yesterday, and today it was really hard again. I don't know. So probably look at this: 4 games, 6K average. That's some good advertisement to my streams, right? I would say. So. Like and subscribe. Tournament rooms in. You can see me happy again because I'm having good games. That's it. So I will switch over. Man, I totally forgot that I have not prepared all the graphics for all the teams for the overlays there. The team names. Well, yeah. I'm not having the logo and the team name of the other team either, unfortunately. Therefore, I will have to improvise again. So just checking it out here. BLAF won 4-2 against 1984. Not really unsurprising, since BLAF is the former champion. They've won 2 seasons in a row. And they are, the defending champion. So that means we're going to see Serenity versus 1984 on the next battle here. Losing team will drop out of the tournament. They will still have the 4th place secured. And they will still have, they will still get some prize money, although I don't know the exact amount, but they are not going to leave with empty hands. So let's load into the game real quick. Oops. Okay. Why did I not just do all the logos and clan names for every team? I was just, I was just not thinking of it. I was only doing a couple of teams for the first day and then forgot to do so today. Kind of stupid. So we've got Serenity on the left side. And 1984 on the right. I cannot see what I'm doing right now because I'm just trying to do it off screen. Can I still find the wrong font? No, I don't. That's not the wrong one. The correct one. Not the wrong one. This one. Yes. That is it. It is. So, next game starting very soon already. We're seeing Serenity versus 1984 here. 1984 blind double budget, but the map is Castilla. Yeah. The map is always very interesting, sometimes very campy, sometimes very aggressive, often many light tanks. Serenity actually playing triple budget here on this game. They are also playing one VK90, double VZTD, one IS-7. That might be a C push, might be, but we never know what's going to happen. At the same time, 1984 has some slightly different lineup. Not that many light tanks. One STB, but also having double budget. One STB, then triple VZTD and a Chieftain, which looks a lot more like an A-sided strategy. And some covering of the other side as well, probably.
Let's get this show on the road.
So let's head up here and check out what's going to happen. 1984 sending a couple of DZs and a budget over towards base C. To spot here, Spinograd being the caller of the team. Serenity not going for any push. Yeah, the VK90 actually mostly being used for this spot there to defend base B. Reliable side scraping tank. Oh, Palfa getting blind shot there. Oh. Oh, look at that. Interesting. They kind of knew he was going there, but they did not get the shots in. Now Serenity also blind firing the bush here. They all had the right idea, but not the right timing. So far no hit points being lost by any of the teams here. Permantha. Oh, Permantha actually went for the climb here. Up there, I believe it is. Permantha now in the corner. He does have some fairly nice angle there. If we are just checking this one out. He can shoot those tanks or can shoot into base A. But mostly, I don't know if he can actually shoot into base A. Not too well, just he can shoot this part there, which can probably not be looked into too well. But at the same time, the Silver is moving up, and the Silver might try to actually just pressure base A little bit. And if those guys are trying to defend base A, then they will be peeking into Permantha right there. Yeah, the Silver actually just spotting right now. Permantha having shots here into Slobina Lisa. First little shot, second one bouncing, unfortunately. And Nagibato expecting Permantha to be in that bush, but that's not the case. Position of Permantha being far better than that. Simultaneously, 1994 getting slightly more aggressive on the C side. Well, they are not having any advantage over there. It's only two tanks keeping them busy on the A side. As 1984 actually does have three tanks here. Permantha still having the occasional shot in there, but not really connecting any for the moment. There's what I mentioned earlier here with Spitfires being behind B, just covering that angle really nicely. A lot of blind fire and distant Liberty actually got spotted. But not much is going to happen here for now. So Bina Lisa lost some hit points, is now in a very defensive position in the rear. Blind fire all the way. Oh, what a map. Yeah. Oh man, the blind fire all over the place. Everyone's trying to get in the shots here. They know where the enemies are. They are pretty sure of the positions here. Nice little shot into Brain in there. Everyone knows where the enemies are. And they're all just blind firing. Everyone just being so passive that no one can really afford to do anything. The question is where we are going to see anyone taking advantage. Bourbon also pushing up to the middle here. He will have some crossfire onto Brain potentially. If that guy gets spotted again over there. And Bourbon is now lined up for the shots. And we're seeing so many shots here, but no one dealing any damage. It's crazy. Everyone's shooting at all times here. They know where they are, but just no one does have any real targets. So for the moment, people are just not too sure yet where to go. They're probably also thinking about some moves already and discussing moves while just blind firing, preparing. I mean, it might still be the case that no one's really able to go for any move. In that case, it would be just about a damage dealt. Oh, I didn't even know that climb. That's new to me. Svinograd getting up on the hill again. Again, trying to spot a little bit. A couple of tanks have been spotted. Palfa taking 400 damage by Svinograd. Nicely done, taking 654 here by Virulentus. But also Destined Liberty got punished right in the middle. I think it was Wabon taking, putting a big shot in there. Probably also Spitfires. Well done. But Palfa arguably the more important target. Palfa now is a 2-shot potentially, or 3-shot for a Batchet. Maybe HE 1-shot for any of the TTs. So it's actually looking like Serenity is going for a bit of a rotation here over towards base A. Now going into base A, having lots and lots of batches, giving back up here, shooting down Nagibator, who's taking a lot of damage, 1.5k damage already, triple batches in the corner. All shooting into the Chieftain, but the Silver just getting decapped by the STB now that the batches are on the reload. So the Silver falling back again. But he might be trying the same thing again. No, he's actually not. Serenity is relocating again. Although the Silver didn't take too much damage. But here we can see a move on to by C at the same time by 1984. Yet they are still finding a lot of Serenity tanks over there. The Batshits try to get over here to crossfire into those VZs here. Not having them spotted anymore though. And they are able to fall back into safety without taking too much damage, to be honest. So Bina Lisa now getting more aggressive here in order to spot. He will have the spots on Vaven. Or maybe that's a push. Maybe that is a push onto Vaven. But Slovenia taking a big hit from Nikolite, taking another big hit from Vaven. And that is actually the end. Who won actually? That's the question now. No one got any points. No one got any kills. But there was some damage being dealt by Serenity mainly. 6,874. Almost twice as much as 1984 did. So I guess Serenity won by that. And that means 1-0 for Serenity. It was a weird game. Sometimes we're having that kind of game on Castilla because there are just so many angles for cross-firing that the map can be covered really nicely by all these camping positions. All the TD positions on this map can be very, very strong. And they are often played with the light tanks here in the tournaments because teams want to just chip away some hit points and go for some push then. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. And in that case, they are being stuck. It is one of the maps really where one of the very few maps where you can get stuck completely if you just don't see any option of pushing. And if the enemies are positioning themselves so well that you just do not have any way of pushing forwards into the enemy base or taking any caps, cannot kill anyone because it's a long distance to cover to get to the enemy spawn basically, because there are mountains close to the red line covering anyone who's falling back behind them, and on these mountains there can be people sitting and shooting down onto you, spotting what bushes that they are having, so if you're pushing into them you lose a lot of hit points for nothing. This time Serenity is going a lot heavier, so they might do something different that's not all too competent. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Serenity double batchet only this time. A double VZ over there and another one over here, similar to what we've seen last time. The silver crossing over here, getting behind the rock immediately to have a defensive position to overlook by sea. He's still pretty safe there for the moment, at least, as long as no one's up there. So Serenity kind of expected 1984 to potentially go for a full YOLO push onto by sea. I think that's what they were preparing for here with this lineup, although not entirely committing to that. At the same time, 1984 is playing an AMX M4 here in a passive spot, sending only Sabina Lisa up onto the hill here of the church. Alpha having two nice shots into him though, which can be important. Sabina Lisa can be clipped by an enemy batchet now. Question is whether he's going to stay like in that spot, which is usually the safest, or if he's just going to run away. I mean, if he's staying there, he might get a lot of backup from all over the map here. He's actually running away, still getting spotted by Pimenta, who is carefully overlooking base A. Oh, Palva still puts in another nice shot. Sabina Lisa down to a 2-shot already. At the same time, 1984 does something similar to what Serenity did on the last game with the batchets. This time it's double VZs over there. And 1984 is getting more aggressive with their AMX M4, trying to take the hill, but Serenity is rotating out. They're still having Pimenta sitting there. The IS-7 is also getting closer, but the others are rather on the seaside here. So the silver now taking the next rock to defend a base. From rock to rock. MJ's the oh man. Seeing the comments, the most boring game. No. These people know what they are doing. Sometimes the strategy doesn't allow for any pushes, and you have to be very clever about it. You cannot just drive into a cap because it means that you're losing a tank. Look at this, people have their eyes on every single cap on the map. Apart from base B, that is an option right now for Serenity actually. And on the last game every cap was covered. There was no way of pushing into one cap and getting away with it. So this time again is just a standoff here and not much movement. Everyone's being afraid. And Serenity currently on the advantage. They don't have to do anything with everyone being camping here. 1984 is just in very, very safe positions. But at the same time, Serenity impacted or inflicted more damage onto them already. With Sabina Lisa already down to 700 hit points. And also Nagibator, Bug Sniper over here lost some hit points. But now we can see some moves. Serenograd getting more aggressive, spotting Spitfires in the proxy spot. Brain lining up his shot. But Spitfire's being careful. Maybe we're going to see a play for base B here with Nagibator, but at the same time there is not a lot of backup for base B yet. But maybe they could be spotting the hills over here to get the C-cap for free. That could be possible. If Vinograd is just spotting there, it might be possible to take base C, but no, they are actually not trying to get into base C to get to the corner unspotted, but they all got spotted. And they are pushing into the enemy batchet there, losing more hit points, getting some nice shots into Palva though, who is trapped there on 800 hit points. But base C is also being taken. Simultaneously, base A is being taken by Serenity. 2 minutes left to go. Let's keep an eye on that, by the way. And Serenity is pulling over their forces here. The batchet got spotted, is in trouble, is getting taken out here. As he tried to run, still was not, maybe not necessary. Maybe he should have actually sighted as he just got some help by his teammates and he could have remained in place. But that's the gun advantage and the cap advantage suddenly to 1984, and it is now Serenity under pressure. Serenity has the advantage for the majority of the game, and suddenly they are not having any advantage anymore. They're still having more hit points, so... But they will have to push in. They could potentially still get base B here with Nikolite on the way to do so. He is moving in there. Still has Spitfires right behind to give some backup. Although Nagibator is there to help here and defend. But... just Silver is getting dangerous to the side here. But Nagibator in a nice decapping position. If B is being taken with that bounce there off the VZ, it could happen. The cap, Svinograd now defending still. Nicely done. And Nagibator will take some shots in order to take out Nikolite potentially. Svinograd getting taken out. Oh, it is again Serenity with the advantage. 50 seconds left to go. Nagibator could potentially kill Nikolite if he manages to do so without getting killed. They would have the advantage again. But it's a big gamble. Big gamble. 2 guns looking at him. 3 guns actually. 1 kill will decide over the outcome here. 30 seconds left to go. Base B is being taken again. Not much going on over here. Nagibator getting pushed on to Da Silva getting taken out. Ronketet got ammo-wrapped on the other side. Here Da Silva getting taken out. It is 1984 with the cap point advantage again. As there is also Babon in focus, who's not going to get any more kills, bouncing off his shot as well. Is there going to be any more kill for Serenity in order to turn things around again? It doesn't really look like it. Maybe 2 seconds left to go. Nagibator down to a 1 shot, but not going down anymore. A very campy game again, but teams tried their best still. Not always, it is a pushing strategy. There can be pushing strategies on this map for sure. But it is simply very risky to do. Because the map is so unbalanced for pushing there. It is just set up to defend everything. People are making use of that. Often it backfires to just ignore this fact. So 1-1 with that. I'm glad to see some other map now. Although it was still interesting from a tactical perspective, trying to see what could they actually be doing here. But they all have not the same amount of information that we do as spectators here when seeing the whole map from above, it's an entirely different thing than being on the game, trying to remember how many tanks have been on different sides, where you got shot from, where there are bushes, where you know people are often standing. And stuff is just not always that predictable. Yet it is predictable enough for them to not make any mistakes here. Also, I just want to point out, it is a lower bracket where any of the teams losing will be out of the tournament or will just not have any more chances. They are on the last life. They are not gambling at this point. They really want to be the ones absorbing the pushes and be the ones to get the kills and safely without doing any little mistake there that could cost them the next round. And I'm seeing Fortress Prayer with a lot of VZ TDs. Also, Serenity playing double mouse, a 1 F215B, quadruple VZ. On side of the team of 1984, we are having... Oh, what did I just do? Oops. That was not intended. On side of 1984, we are having quintuple 5 Visa TDs, an STP going for the middle, getting some spots in on these tanks, moving into the corner, putting in the first shot into the ball, and also big shots here flying into Permantha and Dronketet. It's a great start here for 1984. Both teams doing some very similar stuff here, sending their tanks into the corner. 1984 already having a big advantage in terms of hit points. Also, Da Silva taking some shots here. Very nice crossfire by 1984. And now, Serenity is trying to pressure here onto the STB in the middle. But 1984 does have the advantage in the corner. They can afford to push in now. They are still waiting, with doing so, maybe waiting to get the reactive armor back, as they are not having it just yet. Maybe they used it at the start. Sobina taking some hits here. They're not even having a gun advantage. 4 versus 5 here, as there's still Brain in the back. Maybe it is about killing the mouses then in the middle. Spitfires down to half the hit points. Brain coming out, coming in to help out with a big roll there. Nagibator helping with the corner though. Putting a shot into Alpha, who is now a 1 shot already. Same as Vavon. The ball getting taken out. Pressure is increasing here. Next one in the middle. Mouse got taken out. Da Silva in focus fire. The S2B piling off here with the mobility and DPM circling the mouses. Now being able to get back behind these tanks in the corner. And only 2 tanks remaining here with Ronketet getting focused by the S2B. Destined Liberty likely having the kill shot. Only leaving Nikolite alive, or not so much anymore. 6 tanks still alive on side of 1984. Well done here by them. Great crossfire right at the start. Counting on the enemies doing the same strategy as they were. But at the same time, just setting themselves up a little bit more passively for that nice crossfire that saved them the game. What's that avatar actually? I don't know. I've never even seen that one. That's great. Alright, that is game number 3. Second win for the team of 1984. This time finally a bit more aggression, although it was not the most tactical game, tactically interesting game, I would say. Let's see what's going to happen on the next one. It looks like 1984 is playing the exact same lineup, just switching out one VK72 for a mouse. Serenity is playing double VK91, VK72 instead of the double mouse lineup. No fast tanks for them, no FV215Bs this time, just 4 of the VZ TD still. So Serenity maybe not going to go for the corner again. It looks more like they were playing for the C side. a little bit. But who knows? Who knows? Double VK90 is also new here in the current tournament. I've not seen that one yet. 1984 might be doing exactly the same thing this time. The mouse might be playing for the B cap, as it is a little bit better from this spawn, since the house behind the B cap doesn't have any gaps, so from the other spawn the mouse would not be working, as it would just get shot into the turret.
Let's get this show on the road.
Let's see. Serenity also. Yeah, Serenity heading towards by C with a couple of tanks. Not everyone, just a few of those. Playing a more passive strategy right now. Oh, they really don't want to do anything aggressive. First blind fire here. Oh, that's interesting. But it is Palfa already taking a beating. Palfa getting tagged by Artyom and Svinograd. Nice crossfire there. And the shots into this area here by the VZs, they were interesting. I didn't know that was possible. I were just hoping on Serenity to go for base B with the VKs. But they are maybe just a bit better suited for the C cap here. The Silver able to take the base. No case. Base B also has been taken by Svinograd, but it was just a little bit lighter. So cap advantage to the Serenity team, while they are also still having their eyes on the A cap. But Vabon getting spotted, getting tagged there for 1k damage. 1984 having some nice crossfire here in this game. Just as on the last one, just being a little bit better on that, on punishing little mistakes, tiny little mistakes. Basically standard stuff that is being played by Serenity here, but maybe too standard, as 1984 has figured out some ways of exploiting that. They're shooting down the trees here with some HEs to maybe go for the A cap later on, still with the STB. Trees being shot down. But Serenity is lined up with 4 tanks here overlooking base A. So it would be a huge risk to get in there. But I believe that this TD might not have the view range to spot the STB. I'm sure that the light tank could be spotting unspotted there. They could be moving into the cap unspotted. They're continuing to shoot down some trees, while they are also getting more aggressive in the corner. So they are preparing the A cap here with everyone. No one in the rear anymore. Serenity could potentially just go all the way behind them and crossfire here, but of course they don't want to overcommit. They want to play it safely and are currently trying to count on just defending base A. Lots of blind fire here into the bushes again, and also into the tanks in the back here. I believe there was just some HE damage. 300 damage. The TD's being on the move to reposition once more. And now comes 1984, sending the mouse tank over there. Oh, look at the crossfire into Spitfires. 1.6k damage being dealt here. The VZs all lining up their shots. And now the mouse will go forwards here. The mouse will be spotting up this bush and will try to also spot Vabo here. So the others can then take base A for free and also make their play for Vabo here. Base A is now secured. The mouse cross-firing Vabo, and he's absolutely trapped. Dustin Liberty moving in here. Not going to get the kill shot, but it will be the mouse here picking up the kill. Base A has been taken at the same time. Now the VK90s are moving in, trying to go for base B, still trying to pull around the enemies, trying to get behind them. Rocket though getting punished here by a lot of shots, being down to a potential one shot already. 570 hit points left only. Palfa also losing hit points as he's overcommitting there. Lots of tanks on Serenity already being low. 1984 being very good here, very strong on their push, steadily increasing their pressure, getting another kill of Da Silva on the other side and winning with the points then. Really nice to see how well those tanks are all connected to another here. Very well thought out strategy by 1984. All about the crossfire, and again, Verbo not having a good time. Dealing 0 damage. Once more, I believe. It was not the first time, unfortunately for him. But it has to be one to get pushed onto. So that means 3-1 here already for 1984. Match point to them. They are being very, very careful about their moves. Very considerate, trying to put in some tanks to the front to then have some crossfire from all the angles with some very well armored TDs. Serenity wasn't even playing aggressive at all. They were just trying to defend and still taking shots there as they moved out into the open. We're going to switch the map. Also, unfortunately, another passive map, mostly. And this match here of Serenity versus 1984, it's really kind of just doomed to these passive strategies, since every map is a map that allows for very strong passive tactics, and therefore both teams are just trying to play the safer way here. Castilla, Fortress Pair, and now also Normandy, which is mostly very campy. I've got to warn you. So trying my best to make it interesting, but of course there will be a lot of stare off here. 1984 actually fielding an IS-4. We've seen that one being played, I believe, by APA. With a speed boost getting into the middle at the start of a game. But that was working out really nicely in order to defend the enemy cap. But it might also just be used to get into base D. Slobina Lisa with the speed boosts on the IS-4, just the same speed as the F-215B, double cap here of base D. So it will be an easy cap advantage to 1984. And this is now up to Serenity to make a move. Although Svinograd took some shots here. Lost about 600 hit points already. But now it can be 1984 just sitting back in defensive positions and making sure they're not losing the caps again. Overlooking base A still. A Kranwagen can easily pull down there. Destined Liberty giving some backup, and also Slobina Lisa relocating, getting closer towards base A in order to spot that one up. Taking the position behind the bunker here, just to defend base A. It's always tricky to get there, but he will not jump down to the beach, I imagine. He has some experience of that. Yeah, he does get over there. He has to be very, very careful to not drop down to the beach. But also he wants to remain unspotted for now, as it seems. And Serenity is actually going for base A. They're not having too many options. Pushing on the high ground into all these campers, which are all having very strong and well-known positions, is always very, very tricky. So Serenity is pulling over their forces here to the A cap, spotting Slobina Lisa, who now moved a little bit ahead here. Does Silver spotting him and knowing exactly, okay, there is going to be more here. Base A won't be any option. So they are relocating. Maybe having something in mind with the VZs. No, they're actually going back here. And probably going for the high ground. Da Silva also tagging the high ground. So I guess that Da Silva is going to pretend to stick around here. Going down again. Spotting Sabina Lisa. So Destined Liberty, who was already moving over to the heavy side, is pulling back here. Getting in another angle. So for now, it is seemingly all about A. 1984 has committed a couple of tanks here to this side. But at the same time, Serenity is pulling over their forces towards base C to go for a push onto base D. But 1984 is totally unprepared. 1984 is also sending Svinograd over there. So there will be double Fe215Bs in hull down positions. Artyom in the VZTD in the corner, which is always very, very tricky to get. Virulentis in the big VK72 heavy tank right behind the bunker here, overlooking the decap. Together with Destined Liberty now as well. Well, they're only Brain and Sabina Laser securing base A still. Da Silva constantly peeking out a little bit to get spotted again, spot up the enemy, to make sure that the enemies do not think he would be gone there. And probably gets the enemies to think that there was still some backup behind him at this bunker, which is also fairly common. But Serenity is having something very different in mind here. Slowly going forwards with Nikolai. Nikolai getting spotted. Does not take any hits yet. And it looks like Svinograd actually took some more shots. Ronketed also pushing into the ditch here. Nice crossfire. Now Spitfires daring to go into base D, absorbing some damage. While the others are pushing forwards into Artyom. Now maybe not into Artyom here. It will not be easy to push forwards here. They have to be quick and they have to set up the focus fire. The bomb pulling back a little bit. Palfa also turning to the right side. I don't really see the focus fire being on point here for Serenity. They're trying to get Svinograd in the rear. But at the same time, Pimenta is fairly alone now. The others have switched over to Artyom. They want to kill that guy before he's able to just crossfire all the time into their back here. Both teams lost one tank. Spitfires getting focused by the Fe215B, who is circling around him. Spitfire still sitting in a DK, but getting killed there. Gun advantage for 1984. And it looks like 1984 was having some pretty bad time on the amount of tanks though. They are not having a lot of hit points left. Serenity actually managed to succeed on that push here. The Fe215B ran away. There are still some caps on side of 1984. But Brain and Slobina Lisa have been on the A cap for just a bit too long. 5 tanks left alive for Serenity, who are now pushing onto the Fe215B here with a Kranwagen putting out a whole clip. Nagibator still putting in a big HE shot into that lower plate of Ronketed. But the points will be winning the game for Serenity very, very soon. Sabina Lisa also getting shot down to a one-shot. Brain not having any clip left anymore. No one can be pushing back to the caps here. Serenity magically won this game still with a push on the D side. Focusing just a little bit better. So we are at a 2-3. Serenity just coming back a little bit again, but still will have to win 2 more games. And I will quickly get some new water. Be right back. Alright. That means second win for Serenity. Normandy once more. It was again a slow-paced gameplay, but it wasn't all too slow actually. Serenity's still going for some push here in the end and succeeding with that in a great way. Often very tricky and dangerous to push in there on that heavy flank, since the positions to hold the high ground are very strong. Having bushes, having a lot of distance in front of them that they can shoot down before the enemies are arriving. (1984) still counting on the Ice Force, actually going for 2 of those this time, since it got buffed recently with a special speed boost and some extra DPM. It is now a bit more usable in the tournament meta as well. At the same time, Serenity is going for double batshit. Not a full heavy TD lineup again. So some extra mobility for Serenity, potentially more action for them as well. Also they're applying some VK72 and VK90 again. Double batshits going for the decap. 1984 committing towards base A with everything. That's rare. No one going up here for base C for them. Seemingly both of the Ice Force are going for base A, while Serenity will not be able to cover that. Serenity is being too late with the Kranwagen, but now the Silver is using the speed boost to try to get there for defending the cap. But also seeing the enemy Kranwagen, knowing that there is something else at least in base A. So being a little bit afraid of pushing in there potentially. Taking some HE damage being dealt to Svinograd. But people are falling back into cover. Base A has been taken pretty safely. Which will allow 1984 to still get back towards base C without much trouble. So that early A cap means that they can still move back up to the high ground and only have to care about covering base A. For now they will get the cap advantage like that. I imagine that Sabina Lisa is trying to get over towards base C. There is still some cover by the TDs here, or the Alpha-215P and the Visa TD. And base C cannot be decapped by Serenity for now. Nor was Serenity pushing into there. So for the moment Serenity still has the cap lead. But as soon as base C is being taken, that will change. Definitely. And then Serenity will have to make a move. And they could be expecting this kind of play for base C already. So they could be doing some move already onto base A or base C. The Silver using the speed boost. Dropping into the ditch. I don't think he's fast enough to defend. But still, he does have some strong hull down spot now. To put in some shots into Sabina Lisa. But only connecting one shot. Just being a bit too slow here. Not ready to defend C. And that was just a tad too slow. But Nikolai also still puts in a big shot into Sabina Lisa. And everyone's rotating back up here. Everyone trying to cover base C now. As Serenity is also having their forces a little bit more connected on this side here. Just teaming up to maybe go for some move, but the batshit is already rotating out. Nikolai also getting back. So potentially Serenity is going for base A again. At this point it would definitely be too late to make a play for base C here. But maybe they can play for the other side again. The Silver is still in the middle, so they cannot give up the side completely. Because the Silver would be left alone, but Brady is going for the push here. Brain is going all in on the silver, losing a lot of hit points, trying to get down there into cover, but being down to a one shot already. But the silver is going down here. Nice crossfire. Everyone of the 1984 team moved in, but at the same time, Svinograd got killed on the Kranwagen in the middle there. And the push is continuing here with Artyom going for Nikolite, putting in no shot, actually bouncing off of the front of Nikolite. And there comes Dustin Liberty from behind, still trying to get the shot in. Now Nikolite is moving forwards, getting blocked by Artyom, still getting a shot in, but going down there. But also Artyom got killed, and also Brain got killed with the RV215B over there. Nagibator burning down. Gun advantage to Serenity. Destin Liberty taking a big hit here, not having much backup, taking another big hit by the VK-72, but putting in a great shot in there as well. Will be taken out here by Vabon on this shot. Going down there. Serenity is counter pushing here onto the seaside as well. Strong performance by Serenity. Coming back nicely here. Getting this back to a 3-3. So we are heading into the tiebreaker. First tiebreaker that I've been streaming in this tournament actually. Or maybe we've had one, but not too many yet. Serenity coming back from a big disadvantage. It was another match point to 1984. 1984 could have won this with just one more win. Could have, would have kicked out Serenity there from the tournament, but they failed to do so. They did get some nice cap advantage. They did get the first kill in, but they lost too many hit points on the push. Serenity being very quick to repush. It was sadly out of frame, but Serenity managing to kill Svinograd in the middle on the Kranwagen. Basically at the same time as the Silver got killed, both callers finally getting killed there. Just allowing Serenity to push back then and cover the push of 1984. So their tanks were not in trouble anymore. So we are going to switch maps to Rockfield. This time not a lot of visa TDs for 1984, actually, just one. And they are not even going for a heavy strategy, which is also more common on this map. They are playing double S to B, one Batchet, double or one mouse, one VK90, one VK72 as well. Any more German super heavies available? Yeah, E100, but this one's not being played in tournaments. Serenity playing one Batchet only as well, but having some double VK72 pack, VK90 and Visa TDs. So mobility advantage for the team of 1984. The question is what they are going to do with these STBs there. They will have something special in mind with their tanks. It will have to be worth it. Serenity heading towards base A with everything apart from Ronquetet. Oh, it's a quick cap here by the STBs. Both of them. No, Zobina just spotting on the hill, maybe getting a bit too aggressive here, losing 1,200 hit points as he peeked out just a bit too far. Palfa being ready to shoot in a shot there, just as Nikolite. This was not good for Zobina. They secured the quick C-cap here, but at the same time, Zobina just overcommitting there heavily. Rockfield is moving in here, slowly moving up to overlook by C. And maybe have some crossfire into the SCBs. Sabina a 2-shot already, potential 1-shot for the TTs. But Ronquetet also being spotted. And he has to be very, very careful. He's completely alone, but he can still fall back and have cover by Palfa then. And of course the enemies do not know that Ronquetet is so isolated here. Base A obviously also has been taken on the other side. Vabon overlooking base B, just as Svinograd is on the Batchet here. both trying to spot occasionally in the bushes here, but Svinograd just being a little bit more careful about it, being kind of afraid of taking some hits by the VZTD. Base B might still be taken, but it's tricky. And push through this line would be spotted by the VZTD over there, or would at least be punished. Oh, not yet. Not yet. Destinivity spotted, but fluffed the shot. And Artyom not having any angle here. The Silver actually able to get into base A. So 1984 will have to try something. And 1984 does have about 1000 hit points less already, or more than that. But there comes some nice shot into Nikolite. Just leveling out the hit points a little bit again. But 1984 still under lots and lots of pressure. They are having a lighter lineup. They are not having any hit points, nor armor. They will have to do some movement. They will have to push in. Serenity currently having the IS-7 here on a B cap, fairly stuck, yet still being covered. Virulentus trying to get a bit more aggressive. Getting punished for that though. Sabina Lisa rotating out. Making sure he's not going to get killed over there. Virulentus taking an HE damage from Nikolite up on the hill there. And the hit point increases, and the hit point difference increases. Serenity now having 2000 hit points more. And the cap points are also highly in favor of Serenity already. So it will be important for 1984 to try something. But look at that, look at that. Palfa getting absolutely demolished here. Losing 1.2k hit points on the top. And also there's a move here by the Batshit and the Mouse onto Ronketet. Svinograd loading up the interclip boost. Failing the first shot though. Putting in a second shot. Not connecting a third shot either. Pretty bad trade for Svinograd. But Brain is coming. Will struggle against the armor of the VK90 though. 990 points for Serenity though. 1000 points for Serenity as they manage to get a kill still. With the VK72 in the middle, getting taken out there. Destin Liberty losing his life, not having enough backup. 1984 just being too late to do any move here. Slobina Lisa losing too many hit points early on. That's actually the win for Serenity. And it was not a glorious win, or not a glorious defeat for 1984, I've got to say. They were not trying all too much. Just in the very end, they tried something and it was just too late with Svinograd and the Mouse pushing in on that VK90 already at a point where they were losing by a big margin. Just one kill here of the VK72 was enough for Serenity to win then. 1984 just needing too long to make a decision, and Serenity winning the game with a safe strategy, double cap pressure, not making any mistakes. And Sabina Lisa was really not too useful in the later stage then anymore. So that means 1984 will be out of the tournament. So commiserations to them. They did a great show. Had some nice moves there, nice pushes on Fort Despair, and did great earlier on, but now it is Serenity in the tournament still, which means we are having the team of 1984 on the 4th place. And I think we're still going to see one more game today still. And that will start in just 10 minutes. Yeah. Let me quickly check again. I think it was... yeah. 12 minutes. And not worth switching over to the iPad for some games, and I might try some PC gameplay again. I haven't done so in a long time. What am I going for? Let's go for this one. That's easy to play. Yeah, we're just going to see one more match today still, which will be... Wait. No, Serenity is still in the lower bracket. And we're going to see the upper bracket final then. That is... Nah. Who's it going to be now? I'll have to look it up again. I'm having a brain fart moment right now. Cannot remember it. Man, who's it? QQ and Belove. Oh, okay. That will definitely be exciting. Ah, I'm totally not familiar with the buttons here anymore. Oh. 4, 5, 6, yeah, that also reset. Of course. Ow. Ah! I wanted to use the reactive armor, but it's on the wrong button. Crap. Thanks, Wargaming. Thank you for resetting my controls. Nice. 4, 5, 6. I'm never going to reach that. Good. Pretty bad rolls though. 2.9k. Could have been more. Never mind. I'm actually doing fine here. We're winning the game. I'm just playing frontline with my VZ heavy tank. Okay. There was still a Yak E100 right behind to the left. Ah. Good. Don't kill me. There you can see reactive armor at work. Doing a great job to save me. Yep, you can have that one. Man, every roll was beneath 600 damage. It was alright to play on PC again. Not too bad. It's just the aiming at the weak spots. That's something that I'm finding very difficult to do. Especially when the enemies are moving a lot. It's much easier with auto aim. Yeah, again, no skill-based matchmaking here. I believe. That was totally random. I mean, my team was worse. I didn't have anyone above one guy above 50%, while the enemies had 54, 50, yeah, 56 with a lot of games, but not too balanced. Ah, 7 minutes until the next game still. Not enough time for another battle. Let me just... let me just see here. Yeah, next game should be starting very soon. So we're still having B-Love versus QQ, as mentioned already. Only it took me a couple of minutes to remember that. So they are already having at least the third place secured, just as Serenity. Only three teams in the tournament still. And B-Love, QQ, Serenity. I would have really not predicted that. If you were asking me about the top 4 before the tournament, I would have said B-Love, Quick, IPIE, and then 4th, maybe QQ, maybe Aqua, maybe Serenity, but I would have said that API is stronger than the others, and QQ, Serenity, Aqua, pretty much all on the same level. 1984 I really didn't know about, that they were that strong. They still won a lot of games and they got very far. But in the end, yeah, they still lost there, and I think it wasn't for no reason. They were doing some great stuff, but still it was all very, very passive. Obviously also Serenity played very passive here, which is often being the case for the later part of a tournament, especially when the enemies are just very afraid of another and don't want to lose anything. Then they are rather not risking anything. So yeah, 1994 just still losing to Serenity. Also Serenity has been playing more aggressively earlier. I have not seen too many games of 1994 yet, so I cannot really judge on that. Invite should be in any second. Yeah. Let's see. I've also not seen much of B-Love yet, because I was not streaming them at all. I was streaming Serenity, API, QQ. QQ I've also spectated on multiple trainings before the season, just to warm up as a streamer. Also because I love tournaments and I just want to stay up to date with the meta and see what's going on there. But yeah, I've just seen a little bit of what they were doing before that already. The meta has still changed a bit since then. Now that we are getting into the later stages, there's still some different stuff, especially with API having played so many VK72s. That was really unexpected. Otherwise, in the qualifying stage and in the trainings before, there were a lot of VZ-TDs by every team. Similarly to what we've seen there on Serenity versus 1984. For a good reason. Game. Did my game crash? No. No, also, let me just... The fuck? Why am I getting notifications again? Yep. No, I don't want platoon requests right now. No. Good. Let's get into the room. And unfortunately, I have to tell you that I just, don't have the logos prepared for any of the teams here. Because I'm a very well prepared streamer. Apologies to the teams, they have all sent in the logos. So let me quickly prepare the text at least. So we've got QQ on the right side. And then we've got the other team, which is Bila. Man. Okay. QQ again. We didn't want to accept it. Good. Just still on time. All right. So we're going to see Bilaf versus QQ here with the team of Bilaf playing triple VZTD. Alpenstadt, by the way. I don't like this map. And we're also seeing nice 7, VK72, VK90, which are likely going to overlook the middle area of the map and a B cap and a budget. Fairly standard lineup here for them. I mean, just very basic lineup that can do a lot of stuff and is not really specifically good at something very special. So they're not going to go for any weird pushing moves or so from the start on, at least. Most likely not. On the side of QQ, we're seeing one budget as well. Double, triple VK72 and a mouse, one i7 and a VZTD. So pretty heavy lineup for them. Which screams a little bit more city side. Surprisingly few VZTDs for QQ here, as they've also liked that tank a lot in the previous games. And Vata potentially using that information about the enemies playing such a heavy lineup and just going into base A immediately. No, still being afraid. Waiting a little bit. Waiting for someone to cross over there potentially. While Dice is not being that afraid. He's moving into base C immediately. The enemy is just underestimating his speed. But Vata also in that A cap just a touch sooner than Dice is. So it will be the cap advantage for the Bilaf team. QQ playing for the city with everyone here. Not having anyone to defend base A in the rear. So they are all safe, but at the same time they are all having to do something with their tanks still. And I'm not too sure whether they do have the best tanks for a push onto base A with the VK72s and the mouse. I mean, the mouse would obviously just stay on base B, but the others are also just not the best tanks for a lot of pushes and relocations. Korra here getting into the bush in the rear to overlook base A at least. Blind firing the bush here, but there would often be a bad shot spotting still. But as of now, there are only double VZTDs standing in very passive positions, not really trying to move out at all, waiting for someone to potentially come for an A push here. And they are repositioning themselves to overlook base B, making sure that no one's going to drop into that. Same as the LaRouche, I think, and Vata, who are also getting closer to the B cap. Well, it's Lavushka. Alright, let's see here. QQ will have to come up with a plan. And for now, they are just slowly increasing the pressure here with Korra taking a slightly more advanced spot. Criminal right behind now. Just as the VK72. Still double VK72 here on base C. QQ is almost expecting the Bilaf team to already go for the push on to C, as it is a very common thing. And Days lost a lot of hit points here. I was not noticing this Same as Vata also got shot already. Daze could not really afford to lose those hit points because he will need those to fight off Vata later on still. I don't know if he actually got spotted or blind fired. Kitsune, the caller for the Big Love team. Also the caller for the Russian GG team, by the way, which just took the second place in the big tournament there, with a really big prize pool on the Leicester server, or on the Leicester game. It's not Blitz anymore. And for now, not too much is happening. Base B is well covered here with the VZs, who are currently just making sure that no one's going to run into them, with Psychopath Evgeny overlooking the enemy spawn, and Rumpelstilzchen overlooking base B, waiting for some information, waiting for some spots. But what is QQ going to do? Are they going for a push? They're actually daring to move into base B, but I think they might actually want to play for the kills here. They are going in, losing some hit points, bot to B, taking some big shots there, taking some more big shots, putting 1, 2, 3 in return here into Skilloid. But bot to B is down to a one shot, might be taken out here. It's some HE damage into him. He is definitely one shot. Another HE failing to get the kill. 24 hit points left. The bot to B might be able to just get around the corner here. Yes, he is able to get there unharmed. Oh, still alive at least, not unharmed. As the others are taking over. Skilloid losing a lot of hit points here. Now getting taken out in the last moment. That's actually the gun advantage for the team of QQ, and if bot to B would have survived this for a moment still, then it would have been possible to win on the capture QQ. They were very, very close, but there's another kill on the other side here, with Kitsune getting killed, and also Vata just also getting killed, so 2 guns more getting taken out there. QQ still winning in the last moment with that little push here. So yeah, it was more about the kills than the caps. Often that is being the case here for the better teams. They don't really care about just taking the base. They wanted everyone to move into them. Waited for Evgeny, or who was it, the VK90 Skilloid it was, to get towards base B so they could go for the kill there. I don't know if it was really necessary for Skilloid to move through B. He crossed through there. He did not really have too much to the back yet, as far as I've seen. I'm not entirely sure. But he tried to move out, tried to move forwards away from the main push, and took a lot of shots for that. In the end, it was not really the one thing deciding over the outcome here, because some other tanks still got killed. Maybe it played a role there. Maybe it was a bit of a mistake. I cannot say for sure. So 40 seconds left to go for the next one. Again on Alpenstadt. This time we are seeing Vilaf playing a lot heavier than last time. Having double VK90, double mouse, triple VZ-TD. QQ also playing one more TD now. Double VZ-TD, or triple actually as well. Double VK72 and a mouse, as they're also playing an i7 again, but this time it is not Korra. Korra on the VK72 now. They have changed their lineups quite a lot. Let's see what they're actually having in mind with that, if there's going to be anything special now. Both teams rather having city lineups, but can also send some tanks out towards base A. But with no lights or mediums on the field, no one is going to be able to take a quick cap or so. Maybe the i7 could be doing so. I7 could have potentially moved in towards base A. That's something that's often being done with that kind of tank. But he is deciding for the other option of moving into the C cap, making his way there completely unharmed and unspotted. Oh, we're seeing a push over here. We are seeing the push of the VZ double, triple push here. Triple boost up onto the... What do they want with triple VZs up on that freaking hill? I've seen one tank camping there, yes. But 3? Why would you want 3 up there? And is it actually any advantage? That's the question. Oh, they're struggling, and some blind fire is coming in here. Both we and the others are already expecting this kind of move, since they are not having any information yet. Yep, nice blind shots there. They were expecting this to happen. That was really good to see. They know that Backtime, aka Kitsune, is known for the kind of boost strategies. So they were actually just saying that they were not seeing anything, meaning that BLove must be doing something very, very passive. And what is the reason to do something passive? Oh, Daze! Daze taking 560 damage as he got spotted there. Has to be very careful with the double VZs camping right to the front. Literally to the front of everyone. They are overlooking everything now. Planemaker also losing hit points. These guys know about the boost there. And yet they are getting punished. And that's not good for them. They need to keep their hit points. They are already on the back foot here. QQ having less hit points than the team of BLove. It will not be possible to defend base A anymore. Also defending base B might become tricky. The other tanks here just increasing the pressure on base A. Daze has to be careful that he is not getting too much trapped there. I don't think he can safely back off anymore. Because if he gets spotted, he would potentially take some big hits by the VZs on that hill. I mean, for now he is safe here, behind that tower. But he can really not move out safely. So the question is, what QQ is going to do now? They do have 260 hit points, not hit points, 260 cap points more. So BLove will have to do a lot to get those back. Just one kill, meaning 40 points more for your team, 40 points less for the enemies. So they will need 4 kills actually. If my math is correct. Yeah. Lost a criminal. What's that? That was a blind shot? We could not see any light bulb be over water. That was a freaking blind shot by criminal. No way. Hacker. Kitsune slightly getting more aggressive here on base B. Just getting closer there to maybe drop into that B cap still, but to be taking a hit by Lavrouche. And now Kitsune is getting into base B. It's about time. And QQ is continuously getting crossfired. BLove also abandoning their boost strategy and moving into base C here, but Skilloid taking a lot of damage. Getting crossfired. Flamemaker's now in trouble. Psychopath of Guinea is coming for him. But wasting the reactive armor. Now QQ is counter pushing here with Ventium, Korra, and also Nikki coming in from the side. Having these double VZs in focus fire. QQ already has 920 points. If they manage to get a few kills, one more kill, and they would have it. They're losing one tank, so they need another kill again. If they do get Evgeny here, which is only a matter of time, they are going to be very, very close to the 1k points, and there they've got it. Skilloid not being able to pick up any kills anymore. QQ winning on the points here. Securing the second win against the defending champion. Well done. 2-0 for QQ. Half the way to the grand final already. Yeah, they will only need 2 more wins now. But we've seen on the last matches what can happen still when only 2 more wins are needed. Everything's still possible. We're switching maps luckily. I'm starting to lose my voice. Hopefully something more aggressive this time. Some more action. And with a Lagoon being played now, and Lagoon often offers for some different kind of strategies. Love playing a mouse, double VK19 or 1 VK90, double IS7, triple VZTD, QQ having triple VZTD as well, 1 VK90, 1 VK72, 1 Type 71, and an FE215B. QQ actually being the only team that still thinks that the Type 71 is a great choice. They seem to like it, not too much, but they are just going for it over and over again. And it works out for them as well. With the premium AP ammunition, it is just very strong at penetrating enemies while also being hard to penetrate on its own. So, next game is starting in just 4 seconds. And we are going to see Lagoon here. No mediums and light tanks on the field. Likely everyone will start around the center of the map and then rotate around, having some baits early on to either side. So let's get up and see what is going to happen. Love not going for the middle, committing everything to the seaside, which is fairly rare here. Mostly teams are just sending over some tanks to the middle, some tanks over to the seaside, camping in the rear here, and also over there on the other side. Apologies, but luckily it's right at the start of the game, so not too much is going to happen yet, hopefully. Nice game crash. I don't know, that's new with this update. Whoops. Let's move up. Oh, we could see some other boost here. Lovely to see that one, because ever since the map was released, I was already thinking, man, this could be done in tournaments. Some little boost there. VK90 under VZ sitting in the middle though, and being able to punish that. They have put in a shot into Rumpelstilzchen. And B is being taken. Simultaneously base A is being taken. QQ getting away with that completely unharmed. And B-Love having boosted up some VZTDs into some nice spots, but they are absolutely useless for now. They are having great hull down spots on this bridge. Daze is getting a bit more aggressive here, baiting them potentially to go out there. Ventium, Pashte, looking at Classical, not getting the shots in though. Daze running away towards the middle, in big trouble now. Daze in big trouble, losing 1.5k hit points. Going to get shot again and going down here already. Early gun advantage for B-Love. Was that really necessary here? Despite the cap bleed, QQ was committing 1 Type 71 to the front, not giving him enough backup from behind here. And there's actually Evgeny on top. Evgeny has to die. He is really nasty for the team of QQ right now. Playmaker is going for him, but not going to have any huge advantage over him. Putting in one shot. Kura is also coming in for another shot into the side. A little bit of HE damage here by the FA215B, who was failing the shot, but is now having to help out Eventium to the side. Vata down to a one-shot, will be taken out. And then there is Classical and Focus Fire here by 3 tanks on this side. Evgeny also going down. Base A and B still in the hands of QQ. Also they managed to secure a gun advantage suddenly. Hit points slightly in favor of B-Love still, but not for long, I believe. QQ already having the advantage right now. Pashte going to have the kill shot of the next VZ here. Ventium going down as well, and lots of one-shots on side of QQ there as well. But to be struggling to put on the last shot, getting killed there. Meaning that Pashte suddenly is all the way over here alone, separated from his teammates. Getting shot down to one shot, failing to connect the kill shot onto Scorpion Jago, getting killed for that. So it's 3v3 right now. Hit points in favor of B-Love, but the cap points highly in favor of QQ. And Cora trying to get Scorpion Jago, not able to get the gun there around the corner. Scorpion Jago being a one-shot, the hit points mousy on that mouse. So Cora might be going in for Rumpelstilzchen. You might have overcommitted here a little bit. And there goes Criminal on the other side as well. But Cora will be able to pick up the kill of the VZ over here. Currently it is a 2v3. But Cora getting the kill shot in maybe. Yes, he does get the kill shot in. At the same time, the other remaining teammate still got killed. But Cora will be able to take base C and still has one shot against him. And then a full life, or not quite full life mouse. Cora has some very solid chances here. Especially with the amount of cap points that he has. He still has to survive 2 minutes for now. 880 points. 887, 90. He does not lose even with 2 caps against him. But he needs to secure the C cap for long enough and needs to survive, especially so that he can win on the point still. He's not even trying to go for some better positions. I'm a little bit surprised by that. But he's not trying to take the bridge here, but it would also expose him to the A side. So I guess he's just trying to hold here and defend. The I7 cannot push him anyways. If Kutsuna is coming, then Cora will likely just try to block him from getting into that C cap. Yep, just what he's doing. Just HE Sim tries to get a track shot in potentially. 970 points here. Cora just blocking the path towards by C. 1 minute left, but it's more about the points. 980 points here. Cora able to survive still. But if he got double tapped right now, he would also be done. 995 points. Oh, Kitsune not. Oh, there's the kill shot here by Scorpion Drago from the side. Oh man, that's been 998 points already. As Cora just got killed there. B-Love still winning the game by that. Managing to get 1 point back. QQ was so freaking close to winning this. Cora trying his best to block that mouse. Maybe should have just face-hacked him. I don't know. Maybe he was just giving him a little bit too much room. The I7 just coming from the side. It was only a matter of time. It was so damn close there. Yeah, would a IS-7 have low rolled or so? I think it's been 550 hit points or so. It was a big roll. I was not entirely sure of that. I thought that he was not a one-shot. Was pretty sure that Cora was a 2-shot only. And there is the first win for B-Love. Coming back, having a good start, having a rough time then until the end. Being very close to the defeat. Still getting the game there. Also Days losing all his hit points or getting killed early on there wasn't too perfect for QQ. I think they had the information about the VZs being on top. Just lacked a little bit of coordination in supporting Days there with the VZ TDs from behind. So Belove not chanceless against QQ, definitely not. We're seeing Lagoon again, and Belove is deciding to play triple FA215B, so a lot more mobility. DPM for them, especially with the IG, that is very good against tanks like the VZ TD. So we're seeing the next one here. QQ having a nice 4 this time, played by Playmaker once more, who is trying to get the A cap quickly. Oh, Vata also on the way towards base A, getting spotted. Spotting Days only in return. Dodging a bullet from Ventium though. So it will be cap advantage for QQ again. Also base B is being secured here in the middle. But Belove pushing aggressively into the enemy spawn. Going for the crossfire onto Criminal and bot to B very soon here. These FVs potentially sneaking around, and no, they are being spotted now and getting faced off by Ventium and Pashte. Ventium putting out a big shot into Kitsune. So the strategy of Belove of just getting behind a B cap is not quite working out here. QQ still having good positions and also control over the A cap. Playmaker likely to stay there and hold that area, while the other tanks are trying to fight for the spawn here. But Belove is already rotating back, getting into some safer positions where the high ground here that is taken by the VZ TDs can greatly cover this area. Nothing's going to happen there. So QQ currently very committed to the own spawn. Will have to think about relocating once more. Both teams just being very static for the moment. Vata rotating back to their own side here. Trying not to isolate himself too much. Although the pressure is on to Belove. And Belove will have to do something. Yet QQ might also want to counter that before Belove is going for any kind of move. And this is not really too interesting, to be honest. At this point, people are just staring off the enemy and just sitting here waiting for something. Waiting for some kind of little bit of information that will allow them to do something else but just securing this area. Maybe both of them are counting on the enemy to pretend to run away while they're actually staying here, knowing that there could still be something, or QQ expects them to rotate towards base A. They might want to make a push for base C here, but to be going in. But there is still pretty much everything of Belove over here. But how well is this side covered? That's the question. The push is being aborted. Pashte and Days, despite having the speed boost, just pulling back. They're still unspotted. Seeing that many tanks over there, they might decide to go for base B actually. There could be a solid option here. Korra getting crossfired nicely by the Batshit. 2 shots connecting, I believe. And I think that Belaf is also going to rotate now that they know that QQ abandoned their push into them. They're still falling back here with everything. I don't know if they are just baiting. No, they are trying to move back in the safest way possible while still being prepared for any kind of push here at all times. Maybe they are just going to hold there. Nope, they are now turning. And actually getting over to the other side again. Rumpelstilzchen is staying here. Interesting spot. He can remain unspotted for a long time over there. 2 tanks rotated over towards base A. But also QQ is prepared for that. And look at the Playmaker. What is this position there? Playmaker just baiting. Waiting for anyone to cross over in towards base A. For example, the Batshit. But with the backup that QQ is having here, it will not be the Batshit moving in there on his own. Or would be very unlikely. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't think he's not going to spot anyone before getting in towards base A. Vata being spotted. Oh, Ventium not getting the shot in. Neither is Krora bouncing off of the Batshit. How lucky can someone be? And there's a counter push going on the other side now. FV215B push here onto the mouse potentially. Or onto Criminal. I think it is Criminal who is getting focused. Classical about to move over here. Classical putting in a big shot into Criminal. 600 damage almost. Now comes the FV push here into Daze. Daze is the focus target right now, but also Rumpelstilzchen losing a ton of hit points. 1972 hit points lost here. Ventium being ready to counter this. Ventium being there to get the kill of Rumpelstilzchen, who is getting pushed out here. There's the kill shot actually from the side by the FV215B. Ventium now in focus fire. Litovsky also getting focused and bouncing off of the front. Pashte having a nice HE shot into the side of the Litovsky, but Classical is also coming in to support here, trying to shield his teammate from getting killed, but more is coming in. Belaf having 2 points, 2 caps at the same time, having a lot of points as well, being close to the 1k points, but getting another killing here. QQ losing another time to what to be now in a 1v3 situation over here, so it will be more about the other side. What's happening here? It's already over. Time is over, so I think Belaf won on the points here on this game. QQ not able to secure the caps anymore, although they had another chance. If they had more time, they would have been able to still hold or get base B and get base C again, but it was simply too late. They were waiting for too long here before doing anything. So the team of Belaf just being able to get a few kills, get base B magically. I don't know how on earth did they manage to take base B right in front of everyone. But yeah, no one was being able to defend that one anymore, since the tanks behind B got pushed onto, which was what to be on the mouse, and also the VZTD player who was right behind B. Those got pushed onto. At the same time, Belaf just took one tank, just getting right behind there, taking base B and killing the enemy spawn then. Very nicely done. QQ also failing drastically with the shots onto the Batshit. Just maybe having too many tanks committed to the A side to make the bait work out, because it was kind of clear for Belaf that they were not having any advantage on A, with all the tanks shooting the Batshit and the Batshit being spotted there already. So maybe there was a bit of an issue with that idea of baiting while still being aggressive. So yeah, Belaf not going for a full YOLO A push was just a perfect call for them. Man, everyone was thinking about going into the spawn of QQ. Belaf was playing with the thoughts for the entirety of the game. QQ was playing with the idea of the enemies might possibly doing this. You're just wanting to cover this move. in the end, it still happened. It still happened. Everyone was right about it. But no one of QQ was perfectly prepared to cover that. Next game here on Dynasty's Pearls with a lot of VZTDs on side of B-Love, VK90s as well, and a Badger delivering some extra mobility. QQ is playing full heavy, I believe. I mean, they're having a couple of triple VZTDs, triple VK72 and one mouse, so a ton of hit points, 2,400 hit points more from the start on for the team of QQ. Due to their lineup, which is almost an entire tank, right? 2,400 hit points, that's the same amount that basic heavy has, but there is a push going on by B-Love. What the heck? They are just going for the push right at the start of the game here with their VZTDs, but there's a lot of tanks right to the front here. They won't be successful with that 4 versus 5 over here. That is not going to work out, so QQ is immediately counter pushing. They are already having some shots into the VZs here. Scorpion Jago down to a one-shot, will get taken out fairly soon. There he goes. Psychopath of Genie also down to a one-shot at this point. Korra not even going for him, having a shot into Classical. Maybe an IG shot, failing the IG though. So it will still be requiring one more shot, possibly Daze getting the kill shot in here. Puppetchen shielding a little bit. Classical trying to get around the corner. Nope, Daze is not able to get the kill shot in. Oh, it's a criminal on side of QQ got killed. And there we're seeing Pashte in focus fire by Vata. Well done here, Vetchit clearing one tank. So both teams lost one tank, 2 tanks each. But at the same time, QQ managed to increase their hit point advantage despite losing another tank. Puppetchen also just got killed on the other side. Here we are seeing Skilloid still putting out a good shot into the VZ. But Skilloid also down to a one shot. It is 3 versus 4. Daze will get the kill with an HE. Bot2B just get the VZ out here as well. The Batshit, a very important player for B-Love still, but is being trapped here. Not having many options. Taking a big hit by the mouse. Trying to avoid the VK72s, but taking another big hit here by Korra and being down to a one-shot by that. 67 hit points only. Maybe Bot2B can still have him. Nope, does not get the kill shot in. But it is only 2 versus 3. Now 1,000 hit points against 5k hit points. And there goes the Batshit. Just being taken out as he was crossing over, trying to get into safety, trying to go for distance and cover Litovsky from the rear for still having some clipping potential. But Litovsky now with only 670 hit points left, being a 2-shot. And there comes Korra, tungsten shells loaded. Will likely get the kill shot. No, it is actually a ricochet, but it doesn't really matter. But still a rather unfortunate bounce off the rear of the VK90. B-Love just counting on their luck a little bit too much with this game. Pushing very, very aggressively on the A side, while just not having any advantage in terms of hit points, nor having a lot of information. For this kind of strategy, I want to point out very quick. And then, of course, both of the teams and everyone in the top 4 stage, they have seen every single game that all the opponents have done. They have analyzed them and they know what the enemies are likely to be doing with certain kinds of lineups. And therefore, we might sometimes, especially in the top 4, we might sometimes see very aggressive strategies that are counter strategies to something that is likely for this specific enemy to be done there. So therefore, even if it looks sometimes like, what are they doing there? It doesn't make a lot of sense. In a top 8 tournament or top 16, we don't see that kind of stuff, because there everyone's just playing their standard strategies. But when we are getting to the final stages here, to the top 4, and people really have digged into all the information that they are having, also for B-Love, as they are being led by Kitsune and I don't know who else, Psychopath Evgeny. Those guys also just have the games on the RU server on Leicester, where people are also able to just see the strategies that are being played there. So QQ is definitely prepared for that. And all kinds of scenarios that are likely to happen might get countered right at the start. Just to remind you why stuff might look a little bit real sometimes, but there's a lot of thought behind it. So we're getting to Dynasty Pros number 2 here, match point for QQ. QQ playing a mouse, a double VK72, FV215B, triple VZ. This time not having any more hit points than Bilaf, who's also applying some more German super heavies, triple VK72, a mouse and triple VZ. So the only fast tank, so to speak, is the FV215B heavy tank this time. No bad shits on the field here at all, no mediums. Also, Criminal, the only one being spotted, spotting up Skilloid in return. Both of them doing some passive stuff, fairly similar here, or not, actually not. Look at Rumpelstilzchen in the corner here. Aggressive position to overlook the B cap. And also having some crossfire onto this position there. But it's not really that effective right now because no one's moving into base B or so. But QQ's strategy of just holding that side wasn't working out either. Nice little HE damage into Skilloid. Base C has been taken by Litovsky, while Ventium is still on track of still getting base A. So it will be up to QQ to go for a move sooner or later. And they're trading down Bilaf steadily with some little shots here and there, although also Korra lost some hit points. The better trades currently are on side of QQ. Also Criminal's position being interesting very far in the back here on the road in order to stay unspotted even after shooting. Whenever there would be anyone overcommitting a little bit on the hills here, in case there was a push going on by Bilaf onto Playmaker now, not the TD anymore. And Ventium, also in an interesting spot here, very far in the back, overlooking in this road here now, making sure that no one's pushing back into the city. And Bilaf is rotating. We're very far close to the red line here. This is how you play on top tournament level. You move away as far as humanly possible from the enemies in order to relocate, because you do not want to get spotted while showing your side or rear to the enemies. Then they can move in again, having all the hit points. Getting spotted by Ventium. Oh, has he overcommitted there with his position? Not having positioned himself carefully enough to put out a shot and retreat into cover. He has taken 2 big hits and is a 2-shot already. As Rumpelstilzchen is coming in and Ventium bouncing that one off as well. So it will be up to QQ to make a move over here now. What are we seeing here? Vata taking some hits, Kitsune taking some hits, but it is mostly about Litovsky. Litovsky versus Pashti. That's a 1v1 though. That's not too beneficial for QQ. Playmaker falling back to help out though. But this one's taking a while still. So the gun advantage of the Bilaf team can be used out on this side here, as they are building up on it, getting the second kill in bot to B, also losing a lot of hit points as he's getting pushed onto by Evgeny. And also having Classical right behind now. Bot to be turning around. Still having a nice shot into Classical before going down. But Bilaf having 2 caps on their side right now. 900 points almost. And Daze is getting pushed onto now. Korra also failing a shot. QQ really not in position to do so, and only now they get the first kill here with Latovsky far too light. They are already down 3 tanks. Still having roughly the same amount of hit points though, but with the next one getting killed here, it is just impossible to win for QQ. Comfortable win for Belaf, pushing back into the city there, finding Ventium overexposed. Ventium should have really hidden his tank a little bit better. Try to just put out a shot and retreat back into cover. Was standing in the open, getting punished for that. QQ not in position to counter push the other side quickly enough. Just taking a while there to do so. Actually far too long. VK90 surviving until the very end there was really not perfect for them. So 3-3, tiebreaker. Again, tiebreaker here for us. QQ had a nice advantage early on, 2-0. Now we are at the 3-3. And it will be a new map again, Winter Malinovka. We're going to see some entirely new lineups, which are not ready yet. So you will have to wait a second before judging on it. Some VKs are being played here. Yeah, it will still take a while. Gives my voice a moment to relax again. Yeah, it's already cracking, you could hear it. Shouting around for 3 hours. Phew. Yeah, that's exhausting, I can tell you. I wonder if my neighbor is happy with it. Tomorrow will be the last time. For this tournament, of course. So Belaf fielding triple VZTD, 2 batchets, a mouse tank and a VK72 or VK90? VK90, yep. On side of QQ, we're also seeing a double batchet lineup. Paired with a double VK72, 1 VK90 as well, and a double VZTD. Often people are having very similar ideas for the maps. Oh, look at the blind shot! Look at that blind shot here into water. Very well done. Pachte getting an early shot in. Of course, it was lucky. Blind shot plus track there. Some shots trying to connect with bot to B, but he is still being safe there. Kitsune going to get into the C cap already. But just at the same time, base A is being taken. Days actually in the A cap just a moment before the C cap is being taken. Still Pachte is dropping in there as well. Wasn't absolutely needed, but look at Skeloid trying to get to the middle here to spot a bit more aggressively and getting punished for that. On a tiebreaker, that's really not what you want to do, or not the position you want to be in, but also playmaker. Lost some hit points, yet Skeloid is far more isolated down there and will struggle to keep his hit points, struggle to stay alive in case he gets pushed onto. But base A is being retaken. Belaf also sending in double VZTDs into the corner in order to cover the A side. But look at this, the budget here, Kitsune getting pushed onto by Days. And also the TDs here. Kitsune is not going to enjoy this at all. This might be absolutely important here for the team of QQ. Kitsune down to a 1-shot. Does get taken out. That's the gun advantage. And that means also that the most important tank, or one of the most important tanks here with a budget, is getting killed or got killed already. Yet there is still a second budget for the Belaf team. And they're also pressuring the enemy spawn here. With Korra and Playmaker in trouble. Look at the crossfire here. Playmaker not having much room to hide. Just a little rock to hide behind. Getting pushed onto by the VZTDs. Right behind it is Cora, also low on hit points, but Ventium is coming in to help out. How's it going to look like on the other side? Double batches chasing down Vata now. Vata not going to enjoy this, but Dice putting out a last shot here all the way to the other side into Skilloid still. As Pashti is chasing down Vata. Also classic kill. Lost a lot of hit points, down to a one-shot, cannot do all too much. It's looking really, really good for QQ here. Vata set on fire as well. Still, cap points on side of the QQ team, hit points on side of the QQ team, guns on side of the QQ team by one gun. At this point, Evgeny is trying to repush here onto the A side, trying to make sure that the batches are not going to get away unharmed, as Litovsky just got killed on the other side. The Vizat managed to put a big shot into Daze, who is now a little bit in trouble, down to a one shot. And also Rumpelstilzchen putting in a big shot into Pashte. Oh, Psychopath Evgeny getting a kill shot. But QQ is pushing back into them already. There goes Evgeny, only leaving Rumpelstilzchen left alive here in the very end against 5 tanks still. Look at him getting bullied here from every little side. And that is QQ making their way into the grand finals. B-Love will be dropping down into the lower bracket, where they are going to meet with Serenity still. So they are still having another chance. And I would kind of bet on B-Love making it into the grand finals still. But look at this, QQ on the first season ever that they are playing as a team. Days first time ever calling, making it into the grand finals. Phenomenal. It's not the first time that Days has been playing on that kind of level. He was an APA winning multiple seasons there, but it's really the first season that he is calling on a higher level. And therefore, big congrats to him. And the entirety of the team, they have multiple players who don't have the top level experience yet. Some others who are bringing in that experience definitely and compensating a little bit for it. But of course, it's not just a few players only who do carry a team. It requires an entire team working together. So great job by QQ. Defeating the defending champion on the semi-finals. But of course, we are not done yet with the tournament. We're still going to have one more day tomorrow then. And tomorrow there will be the last tournament of, well, it will be the last day of the tournament. It will be the lower bracket first with the Serenity team facing B-Love. The winner of that will then head into the grand finals, meeting QQ. Alright. Usually I still play after this kind of stream, but today it's been a 3-hour stream. I've been shouting around, my eyes are burning from these bright lights here, it's crazy. I think I will quit here. If that's alright with you, I will actually end the stream here. It's been pretty long and exhausting. I was happy to see some great games. Lots of nice stuff here. Absolutely. Some campy games, but also some very aggressive games. Yeah. So tomorrow the first game will be lower bracket Serenity versus B-Love in a best of 7 again, and after that the grand finals best of 9. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope I will all see you back there, if not for the rewards, then for the tournament. That would be much better for if you're actually here for the tournament and just enjoying this kind of stuff just as I do, learning from it as well. Great evening of tournament gameplay once more. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit that like button. Maybe subscribe to the channel as well. Would be much appreciated. And if you are really into the content, then you can also join our Discord server. if you want to stay up to date with everything. We have a great community with just 1.6k members at this point. So not too small, but not too big either. It's a very comfortable, familiar environment there. So you're free to join. I will just post the link in the chat again. It's also, of course, in the information of the stream. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good evening still. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your day and see you back tomorrow. Goodbye.
Thank you.